once again, another fine bass player just played us in. This is a guy I met at wait, don't tell me. My church. I forget the name of it right now. Was it Church of the New Covenant? Yeah. Well, see, I play at multiple churches, and this was a fine bass player. I got to meet him there. And why don't you tell us your name, sir?
My name is Jonathan Lavelle.
Jonathan Lavelle. Nice. Thanks for coming to hang out with us, man. And nice bass playing too, man. Sound pretty good. How long you been playing, man?
Well, it's interesting because I've been playing upright since I was in 5th grade.
Since what grade?
5th grade.
Wow.
And I started playing electric in 10th grade.
Wow. So you've been playing for like what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah.
Even though you got a beard, you still look like you ain't nothing about 15, 16, 17.
I'm 21.
Okay, so you've been playing a few years, and how do you enjoy playing that bass, man?
This one?
Any bass.
That's the reason why I live, pretty much. So yeah, I really enjoy it. Ever since I touched my first upright bass in elementary school.
Right now, how about the disparity in height between you, or were you always a tall kid?
Yeah.
Or was the bass? I mean, was it hard to adapt to the upright?
No. Well, I mean, it's always just tough getting used to something when you first start playing it. But I don't think the height of the bass was really the issue, because even if you're really short, the bass still has to be taller than you.
Exactly.
I didn't really have a problem with it.
I wonder what a 6'7" guy does to make his bass, you know what I'm saying?
You stand that leg up on the bottom really high. Now you say you got, in elementary school, now you didn't have to get a bass from a guy named Guy Warren, did you? We were just wondering.
Okay, and assisting us on this interview, as you can see, we hanging out at the Stardust because we wanted to do something big, but get more bass players, before the Christmas holidays, the last of the year. And my man Reggie put this together. He said he didn't want us in his basement in December. That's cool. So he got this place for us to start us. And he's going to help with this interview with John. Also, we have sitting in with us Buck Holmes, right? Last name Holmes? Okay. That sounds cool to me, Buck Holmes, man. Sound like a electronic signal or something. Buck Holmes.
Yeah.
We also have with us
Paul
Anstott, and we got the upright. We talk about upright, and he started playing it.
John Sargent.
And your bass is supposed to be above you, not.
Okay.
Also helping on the interview is
Don, aka D-Max.
D-Max. All right. We also have with us
Paul Voorhees.
And what kind of bases that you eat?
This is chicken. It's
That's that foul bass.
Also, we got my man
Kyle.
Yeah.
Rick Page.
Rick Page, also all helping on this interview with this fine bassist John. And so you've been playing for a few years. What made you? Why the bass, man?
Well, in 5th grade, the upright, all the instruments seemed like we had this kind of expo thing where they had all the string instruments out there, so you can see it. And every instrument seemed kind of small. So I was like, I want to play that one. That happened to be the biggest one in the whole thing. So that's pretty much. And the teacher, she was like, do you want to carry it? I was like, okay. And from there, it's been like a really, really fun ride.
Right. That's the first time I ever heard I wanted to play it because it was the biggest one of all. That's awesome, man. Thank you.
With the electric, it's an interesting story. I was in jazz band my first time in 10th grade, and they needed the song we're doing. I Got Rhythm by George Gershwin, and they were like, it would be really cool if we had an electric like electric part to this electric bass. I was like, oh, cool, okay. And he was like, you should play it. I'm like, I can't play electric bass. I don't know how to play it. But he's like, oh, it's it's the same thing. I'm like, okay, sure. So I picked up like an $80 Squire.
Yeah.
One of those, and practiced it that day. And the next day, tried to play it for a jazz concert.
How did that work out for you?
Not not the best performance, but that's just got me to want to get better at it and be able not to have that happen to me again. So.
I never noticed a difficulty. I started off on the bass guitar at 11 years old, which was really a guitar with 2 higher strings cut off. And then I finally got to real bass. Switching the thickness and the strings wasn't an issue. And then I started playing the upright at 16 years old. And I thought it was an easy transformation. I really thought they were the same thing. Now that I'm older, they're totally different. But back then I was like, this is the same thing. This is just fretless, So the transformation from upright to regular bass was just a little bit more challenging, you think?
Well, the biggest problem I had, besides, the thickness isn't a problem because obviously the electric bass has a less thick neck, so that wasn't an issue. The thing is when you're playing on the upright, you have to kind of spread your hands out, your fingers out. But here, it's kind of like more in, so I kind of found myself overshooting notes and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, this is not. But, and I just think it's kind of easier. It's harder to mute the strings on electric too.
Is it?
Yeah, for me.
Wow.
It was. Now I got it now. But
Tony Hortz.
Okay, so another bass player walking in the house. All right, so another question for you. So throughout these years of starting on the upright, then a 4-string Squire, right?
yeah,
4-string Squire, and now all of a sudden you got a 6-string. You're almost back up to upright again. Well, a 6-string. Why the 6-string, man?
well, I played on a 5-string for a while too before I switched over to the 6-string. I like the low end. That's cool. I like the low end. It's good for playing in church and stuff because I just got into church when I was in college. Well, I'm in college, my first year. So, but I kind of want a high. So when I was solo, it'll sound like I'm soloing a little bit better, and not having to go all the way up here and try to do it. And so I got it. I just got it. I was like, I'm gonna try to get one and just see how it goes.
Right.
I got a question. You sound like you're pretty proficient on the upright, and I've got one at home that I fool around with. I really, really love that thing, but I just don't have the talent to work it. Between the upright and this, how can I ask this one? Which one really gets you down?
The upright. Yeah.
Case closed. And I'm not down talking this, but there's just something about, well, it's that sound box, the doghouse as they call it. Even if you play your high notes on that thing, there's still something about the sound and feel of that upright that you just can't get on this. I don't care how fretless it is, how flat round string it is, what EQ you use. There's a character that upright has that under certain musical situations, man, it just, to me, that's like prime rib with some melted butter spread on it. There's certain things that upright can do. But I just wanted to know from you, because you sound like you're good on both. And I'm getting used to this. I fool with that upright. I wish I could play that half as good as I play this here. I just wanted to hear from you which one you really gets you down.
Yeah.
Upright with a guy with some brushes on drums.
Sound like an old school jazz lover right there.
What can I say?
All right, so youngster, tell me what you been up to on that bass. Who you been playing with besides your church? How can I listen to you, all that good stuff?
I've been playing with this group of friends right now. I'm in an R&B group. It's called the Good Life Band.
The Good Luck Band?
Good Life. Good Life.
Good Life.
Yeah, and it's on Facebook.
Okay.
They're on Facebook, Good Life Band. You can find me on Facebook, Jon Leavell. I have some videos up there playing with this old band I was in called 4 Hours, this rap band. And I've just been playing around, and coming next year I'll be playing in a jazz trio.
2013?
2013.
What you gonna be playing? Upright and six or?
both.
Oh, that's awesome. You don't have a problem lugging around the upright nowadays? You got a true wooden upright or one of those newfangled things?
Oh no. I got a upright. I got a true upright.
And a big car?
No, not at all.
So that's why 2013. How you got to get the transportation?
No. It's just we have the keyboard player we're using it. He's coming back to Michigan, to Detroit. So
Who was the keyboard player?
his name is Robert Nack.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really good.
He has a smartphone.
All right, man. Well, I didn't get a chance to ask you who were some of your influences. Who's some of the people that you like listening to? Don't have to restrict it to bass. I usually have this bias, but who are some of your favorites and inspirationals and on the bass or whatever?
Okay. When I was younger, the biggest person really was Charles Mingus.
Yeah, he went straight to the big dog.
Yeah, you don't listen to nobody, do you?
He went hard.
right now.
Wow.
Mingus.
On the other end of the spectrum, Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, I listen to a lot.
That's a spectrum right there.
And going even bigger in the spectrum, piggyback off Metallica, Cliff Burton was one of my biggest influences too. Recently, I've been listening to Michael League of Starkey Puppy. I was like the sound. Victor Wooten, Marcus Miller, obviously. And there's one more person I just had on my head. I can't think of it. Derek Hodge. He plays with Robert Glasper and Maxwell. And he has his own recording artist too. So.
Wow, so far you guys y'all been naming off some names, man. I gotta get to listening to some of these bass players.
Yeah.
You know, who you tell me who you've been
Val
listening
Johnson.
to? Who?
Val Johnson, Kenny G's bass player.
You know, I heard of him, but I haven't.
Oh my goodness.
Who else?
There's too many.
Yeah.
Of course, Bernie Edwards, Chris Hill from this group called Players Association, Mark Adams from Slave. Let me see, what's another one? There's so many. Of course, Marcus Miller, he's the other guy. Seco Bunch, Franco Decino, if I'm saying that name right. Stanley Clark, of course. Petitucci. There's too many.
Well, yeah. Well, you can think of them off camera and then type them in, or
I will do that.
will you catch this on YouTube? If for those who don't know, this is Don Max. We did a interview with him previously here at the Stardust. So he's a Stardust bass roundtable, not in the basement alumni. So you can catch him. You can also catch him on our Bass Fest footage, because we got you. We talked to you a little bit there, and catch his old interview if you want to know more about Don Max. And we can find you where on Facebook?
Anywhere on Facebook, Detroit Bass Players, pretty much. My email, dmx777@gmail.com.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for chiming in. Now, John, future, besides the trio you got coming up, do you want to take this bass? You know, what you want to do, man?
I've been kind of debating that right now in my head. Like, I was going to be a teacher. Really. I was in school for music education, but I didn't find that was the best place for me. I didn't really want to do it. So I really want to. I have a drummer of mine. Me and him want to get together with a group that we can go out and start playing everywhere and stuff like that. I just want to keep playing. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, regardless of what happens, you
Yeah.
just keep playing, and the future will be what it will be, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool, man. Now, anybody else have any questions for this fine bassist before he play us out? Well, how about, is there anything you like to say before playing us out, John?
I'm just happy to be among Detroit's finest bass players. You know, I've gotten like mostly everybody's talked to mostly everybody, and they all seem to be really good people, and I'm really glad to be a part of this group.
Yeah, that's what I think. Detroit bass players are most 90% of us is cool with each other at all levels, from the bottom to the top, and from the rooter to the tutor. You know. All right, so thank you, man. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this interview with you, man. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. And would you be so kind as just to play us a little bit of something out, please, sir? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Leavell. All right, everybody give a